Becoming unstuck from the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So yes, you will notice I am creating an indoor video for the first time in years. Why would I be doing this? Well, number one, I am really busy with one-on-one sessions. Number two, I am discovering new avenues of education that I've been working on, not exclusive to narcissism. And number three, I want to test this out and to see how it would look on the video for you, the audience, and the community. I'm going old school here. If you look at the white wall behind me, you will remember years ago, 5-ish, if you will, that I created videos very similar to this one in my old house. In a different country, a different time frame, and a different version of myself. I strongly suggest you play some of these older videos. And if you wanted to take a good look at the first video I ever created, which is called Glad You Made It, and that was first published originally March 31st, 2021, in a very similar environment to this one, although back then it was a pandemic, left for dead, lockdown, curfew, etc. Here I am in a very, and I mean very, peaceful, abundant space called the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference. But I wanted to test this out to see how you like these videos, because sometimes the videos I create can be a little noisy, other times there can be Mother Nature interfering, and other times the lighting isn't the best. So I'm trying this out, and drop your feedback. Tell me your comments if you want more indoor videos. Don't think I'll be stopping the outdoor videos. I will continue them. But when you wanted to break free, breaking free from the narcissist, this entails cutting the 4 ties that I speak of on the channel. And the 4 ties are the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie. You may have all 4 ties cut right now. Maybe you're working on cutting the first tie. Maybe there's only 1 tie left to go, whatever that one is. But anyway you look at it, you realize that once you cut the ties, your life will improve, as mine has. Now, will it happen overnight? No. Will it happen in a week? No, it won't. Is it going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3? No, it won't. This is going to take determination, commitment, resilience, fortitude, strength, direction, purpose, and above all for this video, yes, going no contact. No contact works. That isn't the solution to breaking free from the narcissist, but is one of the key components to helping you reclaim your mindset, reclaim your energy, your sleeping patterns, to rebuild your focus, and to understand that, yeah, you were trapped in a narcissistic relationship for a period of time. Now, that relationship you were a part of, maybe it's still ongoing. Maybe you married the narcissist and you have kids with them. Maybe it's been 10, 20, 30, 50 years. Maybe the narcissist who entered your life was a workplace bully / narcissistic boss, and maybe you're going to turn in your pink slip or give in your resignation tomorrow. Maybe you just moved houses because your old roommate was the raging narcissist and they wouldn't let you sleep. They wanted you paying all the bills. They never cleaned up after themselves, and they took you for a ride financially. Anyway you cut it, you're here in the community. You're getting your cup full. You are becoming stronger and stronger every day. You're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And you now realize not only that you are the priority, yes, you come first, second, and third, but that maintaining your boundaries as well as implementing them and adhering to them is instrumental. But cutting ties, removing the narcissist from your proximity, from your energy field, from your aura, from your timeline is imperative. Many times the narcissist will want to linger around a target. When I say linger, I don't use that word lightly. What I mean is they still want access to the person even though the relationship has changed. And I will give you a prime example right now. Let's say that you married the narcissist and now you're divorced. And let's say that you have kids and the kids are not legal age and you have to raise them. Well, before you figured out who the narcissist was and that you needed a divorce to get away from them as far as you can, as fast as you can, you were doing everything you could. Well, what you didn't realize back then was you were being counter-parented. You weren't co-parenting with someone. Someone else was trying to counter-parent, which means not enforce your ideas or mindsets on how to raise the kids. But now fast forward, you're divorced and you're doing fine, everything's going well or as good as it can be, but you still share the kids. So maybe the narcissist is making your life uncomfortable with the delivery of the kids. the drop off or the pickup. Or maybe they are saying things to the teachers, or maybe they are saying things to your neighbors or your family members or your ex-in-laws. I can't tell you what's happening with your circumstances specifically. What I can share is that you understand that cutting the ties with these people is the path, and many times they don't want to do it. When I say don't want to do it, what I mean is, remember, I shared this in yesterday's video, everything about us on this planet called Earth entails energy. I am made of energy, you are made of energy. So is the narcissist. What do they need? They need energy, they need a fuel source, they need supply. That's what you were. You were supply when you were in the relationship with them. Now you know what supply is. It's not what they think it is, although to them that's what it is, which is interaction or access to somebody. To you, what supply is, you need more gas in your car, things like that. But when you realize that the narcissist did whatever they could do for as long as they could to disrupt your energy and to make sure you were sleep deprived, to make sure they could steal your money or hide your money, to make sure they could cheat on you, lie to you, gaslight you, stonewall you, give you the silent treatment, triangulate you, on and on and on. When you realize all of these things, and you couldn't realize these things when you were in the relationship, certainly not before you acquired the wisdom. When you realize these things, then you realize, oh my gosh, not only am I a very, very incredible and valuable human being on this planet, because you are, but that there are many people that are similar to the person you're considering. Yes, the narcissist. There are so many people on this planet called Earth who are walking around right now on this planet believing that they're somebody that they're not. Now, I'm not referring to the narcissist wearing a mask. I'm referring to entitlement. Unfortunately, a lot of people these days have the entitlement bug, and they will be woken up rather soon when they realize that they're not that special. Now, having said all those things, you may say, well, why did you even mention that? I mentioned it because you have to understand, your educational journey began with one person, the narcissist. And after you figured out who they were and you learned the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle, then you went down different rabbit holes of education and of exploration. What you did next, most likely, is you looked at your immediate family members. Then you probably looked at your friends or business associates or colleagues or coworkers or school teachers from years ago or the people that you're in business with right now. And then you realize, wait, there are a lot of people that are toxic, maybe not to the same level as the person you're considering, but there are different levels of toxicity. Remember, it's not one size fits all. You can't just get out a paintbrush and paint everybody in the same light. That's not the way it works, and I don't do that either. What I do each and every day by creating videos is to pay it forward to help out those people who may not even know that they need help, because at one point we all were what is known as the new supply, and I was one of those people. So this is why this video is indoors. This is why it's an old school video. That's why you see a white wall behind me. And for you new people in the community and on the channel, you may say, well, what's with the boring white wall behind you? Why don't you have some plants, or why don't you have beautiful, lush evergreen like you always do in the videos you create? Well, first of all, I'm indoors. Second of all, I could point the camera outdoors and you would see lush greenery. But I wanted to illustrate something with the white wall. You are so much better off talking to that white wall, saying hello, saying anything you wanted to, than you are talking to the narcissist or a narcissist. And I will tell you exactly why you are better off talking to a wall than you are to a toxic person. That wall behind me, it does something. It provides one of the four walls for my house. On top of that, it gives me security. It doesn't abuse me, it doesn't manipulate me, it doesn't gaslight me, and it doesn't say a word back to me. So essentially, it absorbs my words, my energy. With the narcissist, you need to remember that no good deed goes unpunished, and that no matter what you say to them, it can and it will be used against you, either right there in the moment or at a later date. And if the narcissist can't find anything to any dirt on you, they'll create it, and they will make sure that the smear campaign's well underway with complete fabrications about what they made up about you. That's why you need to understand that getting away from these people is the path. If not now, when? The narcissist will never improve. They will never, ever be accountable. They won't introspect. They can't be authentic. All they do is walk around this planet, or slither, I should say, creating more and more bogus identities, frauds, if you will, Ponzi schemes, Bernie Madoff-esque lies, if you will. This is what these people are. The narcissist is nothing but a grifter. They're a criminal, and they know it. If you think for a minute that the narcissist got to wherever they got in life by being an upstanding, honest, genuine, legitimate citizen of whatever country you're part of, you need to think again. They cut every corner possible. They had everybody do all the work for them. They threw anybody under the bus that they could, and they mocked people. They laughed at people. They smirked at people, and they blamed people. That's why you need to understand getting away from these people. It's the only solution. So going back, as I shared a moment ago, then I'll get ready to close the video. Remember, the narcissist, there are many times when you go no contact and you've been off the grid, maybe even moved 3,000 miles away and done a whole bunch of things to insulate and protect yourself, which I've shared for 5 years in videos. I won't go into that right now. And then the narcissist can't rear their ugly head because you are off the grid. You're somewhere, and then the narcissist now knows their persona non grata. Now that doesn't mean it's going to stop them from down the road attempting to hoover or do something. What it means is you've done everything you possibly can to insulate, protect yourself, to fortify yourself, and to maintain your boundaries. That's what you should do. And there are an awful lot of times when the narcissist is too busy with other sources of supply to even consider hoovering somebody. Okay, having said that, there are also times when you have to do things still with the narcissist. Example I shared with you, child custody, or maybe you're still trying to sell a house, or maybe you are roommates, or maybe you're waiting to turn a certain age till you can get the 401k or whatever it is. Those people, and I was one of those people to a degree, those people need to realize that there are much better days ahead. I mean amazing days ahead for you. The narcissist and you are totally opposite people. You're completely opposite individuals. The narcissist is a low vibrational, quagmire state existing dark energy source. You are what I call a beautiful, bright, shining light. You shine higher than the sun, the moon, the stars, and everything in between. And you were fuel for the narcissist. You didn't know that back then. You do now. That's why you need to realize that cutting ties with these people, every single tie must be cut. Every one of them, which includes throwing out pictures, throwing out anything that they may have gifted you that I'm sure you paid for, anything that reminds you of them in your apartment, your house, or your environment, and understanding that these people never cared about you. They never loved you. They don't love anybody. They don't care about anybody. They care about skirting the system, playing or gaming the system, and getting as much control, as much accolades, as much attention, and as much supply as they possibly can into one lifetime. That's what the narcissist does. So you need to understand all of these things I'm sharing with you are to reinforce what you may have already known or what you're learning right now, which is this: go no contact, block that person, delete them, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. And if you've done that, you know that your life has improved. If you've cut all the 4 ties, then you definitely know that you're a different person now than you were probably even yesterday. Certainly a different person than you were the day the relationship ended. And you cannot put the toothpaste back in the tube. You can't go backwards. You have to go forward. So leave the narcissist in the dust. Leave the narcissist in the past. Let the narcissist slither away. Unfortunately, they will be going to other sources of supply. When I said unfortunately, I didn't mean unfortunately away from you. I'm grateful they're away from you. What I'm sharing with the word unfortunately is they're going to continue to target people that are unaware about narcissism, or people that aren't strong enough to go no contact, or people that haven't even figured out what narcissism is. That's why you have to do your part. When you do your part, like I've done my part and continue to do so every day, then there are 2 less people that the narcissist can approach or lure or trap. The less access the narcissist has to you, the better off you are. The better off you are, the better off those loved and trusted ones are around you, on and on and on. The whole key for this video, and I will close it, is to let you know, yes, you should be carving new neural pathways. Yes, it's good to do new things over and over again like me, or new things, not doing the same things over and over again like me right here, creating an indoor video, which I haven't done in years. This is bringing me back old school and so many memories of creating videos in multiple locations in similar environments to this one, although this is the best environment I've been in by far with creating an indoor video. And if you've seen my videos over the last 5 years, you'll know what I'm talking about, because I've made it. I'm out. I've healed. I'm in a great spot. My moonshot, my goal, my purpose, my calling is to help you get where I am. So close the chapter of the book on the narcissist. Understand something. You are stronger than you know. You need to control what you can control. You need to place your attention where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And all the things you did for the narcissist in the past, the narcissist knows what you did. They're not going to give you credit. They're going to throw you under the bus, on and on and on. But you know what you did. You know the truth. And the truth is that you are as far away from that toxic person as possible. And what are they doing right now? They're continuing to slither through life saying, damn it, that one was the one that got away, which was you. That's why you need to keep that book, the chapter closed on the narcissist once and for all. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk with you tomorrow. I liked the indoor video. Truth be told, for me, I'll give you feedback. The lighting, I think, here is really good. That's what I think. My vision isn't the best, probably not as good as yours. And the sound for me is really good. However, I love the outdoors. I like the wind. I like listening to the birds and the trees and all that. So we'll see what happens. But drop your comments. Let me know what you think. I love you all. Big virtual hug for you. And this is an old school video from Andrew to you. I love you all. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.